is at, which is the Supreme Court of the Philippines, the company address, which is Padre Faura, Manila, the name of his spouse, his birth date, his place of birth, his civil status. The account numbers indicated are correct.
What?
The account numbers are similar, the same.
The account numbers are the same.
The same.
And it could only, and these are the same as appearing in your bank records.
Yes, Your Honor. They are the same as appearing in the bank.
In fact, in your bank records is also a passport of Renato C. Corona.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the number appearing here in Annex A is an exact copy of the passport number appearing in your files.
I am sorry, Your Honor, but I have not personally checked those numbers. A week we will verify them.
Now, when you were making comparisons earlier, you appeared to be reading from a prepared document. What document is that?
This document is a summary of the various differences that we noted between Annex A and our original document.
Who made that document?
We did, Your Honor.
Who is we?
Our Chief Audit Officer.
Your Chief Audit Officer, not
Yes.
you.
I did also look at them just to satisfy
But
myself.
it was your Chief Audit Officer who prepared that,
Yes, Your Honor, together with some other people.
together with some other people. Who are the some other people?
They are Chief Risk Officer, our head of our legal unit.
And you were reading
Yes.
from that.
For this purpose, yes, Your Honor. But for purposes of comparing them,
Just
I
answer my
personally...
question,
yes,
please.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I think that will be all for the witness. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for giving me this time.
Senator Marcos, Mr. President.
The gentleman from Ilocos Norte.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to direct my questions to Mr. Garcia. Mr. Garcia, mabalikan lang natin ng konti yung audit ng BSP at saka ng AMLA. Am I right in understanding from your previous testimony, Mr. Garcia, that the BSP audit team does not look into personal accounts?
Yes, Your Honor.
In other words, they do not take deposit samples.
Yes, Your Honor. They
Only
do not.
only the AMLA audit team does that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, the question is whether or not the AMLA audit team or examiner is allowed to photocopy, reproduce, fax, whatever, documents or records of the deposit samples that they looked at.
I do not have personal knowledge of that, but they are authorized by law to look into it.
To look, but they do not, are they allowed to take photocopies?
As part of an audit process, it is oftentimes necessary for them to get copies of this. And based on our examination report, we did check that documents were provided to them.
So they did, in fact, photocopy, made copies, photocopies of deposit samples during their 2010.
We provided to them as required, Your Honor.
So kayo nang nagkopya, tapos yung hiningi nila, kayong nagkopya at binigay nyo ngayon dun sa AMLA examiners.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what happened. Okay. Pagkatapos nung kanilang audit, nung kanilang examination, binigay ba sa inyo yung resulta nung kanilang audit? Kung may problema, kung maayos naman, did they at any point come back to you? You said they finished around November 2010. Pagkatapos nila natapos, they examined all the documents, binalikan bang bangko para sabihin, wag na kayo mag-alala at mukha namang maayos, or the opposite? mukhang may problema tayo dito. Did they ever give you an inkling or give you an indication as to what was the result of their examination?
Yes, they did, Your Honor. They came back and indicated to us that our signature cards did not have the notation PEP.
So as a result of their examination, the only conclusion that they arrived at that was a problem or that needed fixing or that needed your attention was the fact that PEP, the designation PEP, was not included in the signature card.
Yes, Your Honor, because they during the review, they check on whether the bank does follow the AMLA process, which is either reporting on 500,000 and up or disclassification.
So should there have been a violation, they would have told you that as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
You can assume that the fact that they only talked about the lack of the PEP designation in the signature card means that that was the only remarkable thing as far as that they found as far as their examination was concerned.
As far as I can recall, Your
Okay.
Honor.
With the permission of the gentleman from Ilocos Norte. In other words, the original did not contain the marking PEP,
Yes, Your Honor.
but this annex document now contains that marking PEP.
Yes, Your Honor.
How can you explain why your original does not have a PEP and the Annex A contains a PEP?
Your Honor, we do not.
Who would have placed that if your bank did not place it?
Your Honor, we do not know the source of this annex documents, Your Honor. We cannot comment. We don't know, Your Honor.
But the only one who had a copy of your original submission to the audit team of Banco Central and AMLA is the audit team, which I assume that the one you submitted did not contain PEP.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then, who else would be the source of a document that would be altered to contain the word PEP?
I don't really know, Your Honor.
Heaven, hell,
Hindi na.
or where?
Perhaps the source or the small lady could probably answer that question better, Your Honor.
Which
because we
one?
don't.
Which one? The little lady?
Well, I understand that these documents that were submitted came from a lady, so she would probably know the source of the documents.
Not just a lady. It was notified as a little lady. So, thank you, Senator Marcos.
Mr. Garcia, I also note in the original or the copy of the original signature card that you gave us, walang PEP ang nakalagay. Doon sa signature box,
Yes, sir.
walang nakalagay na PEP.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. So the Annex A has the PEP and it has even been highlighted, and that is not the bank's notation.
No, Your Honor.
I just want to
Thank you. That is all, actually, Mr.
I just want
President.
to
Thank
ask
you
this
very much.
question. If the examination was intended to deal with PEP mark accounts, and in your original document of the respondent, Chief Justice Corona, did not contain that PEP, how come that, if you know that Banco Central and AMLA included him in the examination in September up to November of 2010, if indeed there was no PEP in your original document? And how come that later on in the Annex A, that signal or PEP, politically exposed
Person.
person, is imprinted in the Annex A of the supplemental request for subpoena.
I don't know, Your Honor.
All right. Anyway,
Senator Gingona, Mr. President.
Senator Gingona.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Garcia, good afternoon. Sinabi po ninyo na ang nag-audit, AMLAC.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you be very, very sure? Because I think, are you sure that it is the AMLAC that audited you? Remember, you can verify this by just a phone call at your branch. Can you tell me categorically that it was the anti-money laundering, the AMLAC, that was auditing you?
Well, I can just recall from the examination findings, and I can tell you this, the Banco Central does not really look at deposits.
No, that's not my
This
question about the
particular-
Banco Central.
Yes.
Ang tinatanong ko lang, are you very sure it was the AMLAC that audited your bank? And I would like to say that sana you verify this muna before you answer. Just a quick call, you could verify from the people who actually face those people who audited your bank.
We can do that, Your Honor.
When can you give that answer to us?
We can certify it